This is the church growth guy, and it's my opportunity to speak to people concerning this terrible disease called corona. A lot of people have been speaking about it. A lot of people are panicked about it. Maybe you're a church leader, a church member, and you're listening to this and wondering how the church should be responding to a crisis like this. Here in South Africa, a lot of churches have closed their doors. A lot of churches have gone online and trying to find all kinds of strategies in terms of how to defeat this disease. I want to start off by saying how we should not react. I believe it's vital, if you're listening to this as a church leader, as a pastor, that we do not react in fear. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. So we got to be thinking correctly, and we got to have the mind of Jesus in the situation. As I'm speaking to you now, I've just had someone come to the church wanting prayer. Asked me to anoint them with oil because they believe they got the coronavirus. What do we do in that situation? Do we run away and cower, or do we stand up for what we really believe in? I prayed for him, I anointed him with oil, and I believe that God will protect him. So as churches, what do we do? Well, if you're still running your services, obviously, wash your hands, hand sanitizers, no shaking hands. We do in South Africa what we call the corona elbow. I don't know what form of greeting you're going to adopt, but let's be safe out there. Secondly, our offering. Instead of putting offering bags out there, put an offering basket in the front so that no one has to touch the same handle. There's many different things that we can think of if our services are still running. Then if you are forced to close down your services, well, perhaps God is reviving the home cell ministry. Perhaps it's time for churches to look at cell groups meeting on a Sunday and watching the services online. Streaming is the big thing today, and everyone should be involved with that. So there's a lot of different platforms you can go to. You can go to YouTube, you can go to Facebook, you can go to Instagram. There are many different platforms. Find the one that works for you and then work it. But the whole point of this is simply to challenge the church. When people are running around with fear, it's up to the church to be brave. When times are very dark, it's time for the church to shine bright. Leader, pastor, if you're listening to this, this is our opportunity. This is our moment. God has put you in charge. God has called you to lead this congregation in a moment of crisis. It is our opportunity to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ, a gospel that tells us there is hope. Hope in the midst of corona. Jesus is still the healer. Jesus is still Lord. There is nothing impossible for him. Come on, let's use this opportunity to impact this world for Jesus Christ and his kingdom. We can do it together. Let's not be bound by fear. Let's operate in faith. Bless you and speak to you soon.